One of the safest ways to work underneath a car is to use a set of car ramps. So the question is that $60 set of car ramps just as good as a set that cost $160? Well, let's find out. In the first test, we'll see which ramps stay in place and which ones slip. Then we'll accomplish some pretty important safety testing. Not all the ramps will survive the max load testing. Finally, we'll measure the failure load for each ramp. At a price of $58, the least expensive brand of car ramps that we'll be testing is made by Maxhaul. They claim it can lift up to 3,250 pounds per ramp or 6,500 pounds per pair. Features rubber stops on the base to prevent the ramp from moving or slipping. The lift height is supposed to be 6 inches. Rigid surface adds further traction when driving on the ramps. We're going to test that. From the lowest point to the top of the tire stop, about 2 inches. And the highest point at the front of the car ramp is 7 inches, and there's 22 inches of ramp length. That works out to 17.65 degrees. The Maxhaul ramps are made in China, and each ramp weighs 9.4 pounds. In the first test, let's see if the ramps will stay in place while attempting to drive up the ramp in an SUV in rear-wheel drive only. And this concrete floor is very smooth and can be just about as slick as a floor with an epoxy or paint coating. And the rubber stops did not prevent the ramps from slipping, so I'll go ahead and clean the floor as well as the rubber stops to see if that helps. And cleaning the floor and the rubber stops did help, but both ramps did slide and are uneven. Let's try some t-shirts that are saturated in water to see if that helps the ramps stay in place. And the Maxhaul ramps finally stayed in place with the use of damp t-shirts under the ramps.